In this video, we're going to show you how to carry out a controls upgrade by adding a Drayton wireless room thermostat and programmer. This will provide the homeowner with temperature and time control in line with Part L of the building regulations. We'll be installing a Digistat +1 RF wireless room thermostat and an 𝘁𝗿𝗱𝗲 lifestyle programmer.
Okay, before we work on the installation, we want to make sure it's nice and safe, so we will isolate the installation. Then, to be doubly safe, we'll remove the fuse from the spare.
Once you've isolated the system to make sure it's safe, remove the existing programmer by loosening the screws and unplugging it. This exposes the wiring plan that you will need to follow when fitting a new Drayton lifestyle programmer.
We've now wired the new backplate in accordance with the program set on the lifestyle, and we simply now have to attach the programmer onto the backplate, and it's as simple as that.
The lifestyle programmer does come pre-programmed, but if the customer has any specific requirements, you can simply adjust the heating or hot water accordingly.
Having isolated the electricity supply, enabling us to fit the backplate for the Digistat 𝘁𝗍𝗲, we now simply place it onto the backplate and we're ready for the next stage of the operation. We now need to make the connection between the receiver and the room thermostat. In order to establish power to the receiver, we turn the main power back on again. That's indicated to us by a red light. We can override by pressing button number 2 to establish that we've got power now to the central heating circuit. This is indicated by the green light. We now need to make the connection between the room stat and the receiver. So initially we press button number 1, followed by button number 2. We'll then get a flashing red light. Following that, we give power to the room thermostat by inserting the batteries. We should then get a flashing red light showing that there is a connection being made between the receiver and the room thermostat. Once the red light stops flashing, we know the connection is being made. In order to test that the connection is there, we then increase the temperature on the room stat. The signal is then sent to the receiver, and there we have the green light indicating that we need the central heating on.
The room thermostat should be installed at 1200 to 1400 millimeters above the floor, in line with Part M of the building regulations for building access.
We can then attach the room stat to the base plate itself. One click and it's in. Now we need to insert the batteries and the cover accordingly. Number 1, number 2, job done. Simple. We now need to test that the room thermostat is actually sending a signal to the receiver. We simply increase the temperature of the room we're in. You'll see a little flame picture coming into the unit itself, and I can just hear that the boiler has now fired, having received a signal from the receiver.